Hey everybody, it's Jim with Triple J Bricks. Welcome back to another video. So when you're watching this, I am going to be on my way back from California. And so I'm recording this ahead of time because I need to make sure that I get a video out. And I was kind of struggling what to make a video on because I don't really have time in the present moment to go through a haul or anything like that because we are leaving and I don't really want to get started on it and start filming it and then come back and kind of forget and have to go back. I just didn't want to do that. So I was like, okay, well, what should I make a video on right now? Because there's a lot of stuff that needs to get done. But what I decided was I was going to use this video as a way for my brain to connect some dots on what could possibly happen with shifting some of my parts around and also where some of my overflow and talk through some of the Bricklink stuff that needs to get uploaded. And so I'm hoping that this will be somewhat useful to you to kind of see where I'm at with what, my parts and stuff. Maybe it'll help reflect on your stuff, but then it also helps me just kind of walk through what I need to do. So let's get into it. Okay, so first things first, let's open this bottom drawer because this thing is a little bit of a mess and I need to figure out what's going on with this. So I actually cleared out a couple bins in here of Technic parts that got cleared and now is in the Bricklink store. So that's all good. But basically I'm using this overflow minifig parts from like CMF purchases and my old castle figs and just stuff that I will use at some point. This is a set that needs to get parted out. So like this needs to go into the store. These are items that I was not able to scan on Bricklink for some reason. Strange. I don't know. So I'm just going to keep those in here and then maybe go back to them later. I'm not sure. These are just all parts that I wanted to hold on to. So I scanned some things in other colors, but I wanted to hold on to some of the things I think that I could use in builds for, building angled walls. And these are like old things to hold shutters, which I thought I could use those. And here's flags. I don't really want to get rid of like some of these flags. So I've already kind of uploaded because I might use those for things. So I need to kind of create some more bins for these. And I think they might end up living in here because also part of this drawer is these random bits. I want to do a video with these. I have an idea for these stud shooters, or these aren't stud shooters. These are like those pin pew pew projectile shooters. I have an idea for how I might use those, for a build. And again, yeah, extra stuff, maybe use these old garage door things for like windows. Like these are just kind of like all things I might use in mocks or I can anticipate using in mocks. And so I need to just sort of maybe just make a bin of this stuff, sort of like a junk drawer, separate maybe some of it. I don't know. And then here's some fence elements. Some of these I think are going to go into the Bricklink store. But then I kind of wanted to hold on to something. Like, yeah, I'm not going to probably use these. Those could go into the store. But, some of these might get used. And then here are my barrels and chests and things. Most of this stuff I'm going to hold on to because I just can see using this. I got rid of some of the barrels and like green trash cans and stuff. Like those aren't going to fit in the theme of things, so I got rid of those. But yeah, so this drawer is just kind of a mess and needs to get sorted. So I think what I'm going to end up doing is probably grabbing a couple more empty trays and then just kind of filling out half of this. And then this might get used. Actually, I just had an idea. Okay, so in the Bricklink store, I have these labeled. So these are labeled B1 through B10. These will eventually these are sort of like future-proofing for Bricklink store stuff. I already have some stuff in 6 and 7. And I labeled them B because these are all labeled A. But right now, these are filled with overflow parts. These are not in the Bricklink store. some of this could go in, but I basically don't have black. These are all dark gray, like extra bricks, plates. These are light gray. I mean, it's just overflowing. So I think potentially I should list some of this stuff, but I kind of just need to go through it. Maybe list some, because I have a lot of some gray parts and not a lot of others. So I could probably list some stuff that I have like more of that I'm just maybe not going to use. And then down here is brown and green parts for landscaping and, you know, all that stuff. But again, I have a ton of it. So right now the Bricklink store drawers are being taken over by some of this overstock that goes in these drawers. And then on the bottom is most of the stuff I picked up on the pab wall. But some of the stuff, again, is overflow, like these plates. These were from Rivendell, so those are just in there. Yeah, this was all these window elements. Those were pick-a-brick. A lot of this stuff was pick-a-brick. So that's just sort of a random smattering. But these are all empty right now. So I need to figure out, but what I was thinking from the last clip is I could take some of my spare parts or some of these bags and move them into here. If I move the minifigures, I don't know what I'm going to do with those yet, but if I move the minifigures, then I could put some overstock in this drawer. See, now I'm just rambling and thinking, and that's kind of what I thought this video might be. But yeah, I could do that. Because the other thing, oh, by the way, I'm currently in the process of building Barad-dûr, Lord of the Rings set. We're this far. I got through this, so this is through bag 14. Yeah, I'm going to pick up 15, actually, on stream today. It's massive. Here's the fig lineup. The new Gollum. It's huge, but I kind of did clear space. This is all the rest of the bags that come with it, but it will sit hopefully right there, but it's bigger than I thought it was going to be, so I may have to do some rearranging, but I kind of shoved everything else together right now. But this is kind of the only place it can live because it can reach above. It's going to go above here. Like, it might go up to like here. I think it'd be really cool as a display piece, but I'm going to have to consider what to do with it when I start to develop this table more. But, you know, future gym problems. Anyway, so down here, this is labeled D1001, which probably isn't the best thing, but, you know, accountability for this. So this is an extra drawer. So this is all of my collection up, but I had this drawer free. So I was like, well, I should use this as an opportunity to put bins in for other Bricklink stuff. So I have a couple bins here of Bricklink parts that I was working on the other day. These are the Technic parts I was talking about. A couple of those are in here. I can still use all these wooden dividers that I had, that my wife cut for me. I can use those to separate these bins as much as possible. And then have this drawer and probably end up labeling these individually. Yeah, but I was thinking what I could do is, you know, put in some more parts in this drawer. And I think that would end up saving some space. So I could do that with extra parts from there, and put those in here. So that's the other option. And then under here, I still have a bunch of stuff. So here's all my bags. And then under here, I still have these Technic things to go through. So I think what's going to happen is most of this, so basically what I'm going to do is go through all these parts, and the majority of these that I don't find a use for or I don't feel are very useful, the majority of these are going to go into the Bricklink store, and then I'm going to take the ones that I think I might use, like maybe some of these gears could be useful as sort of decoration, some texture on walls and stuff, and pop these onto the Bricklink store, and then save the rest, and then use this sort of like, here's another one. These are all my pins mostly, and yeah. So that's also very full. That needs to get through. But mostly I can use it like my minifigure storage case. Like have minifigure basically 2, you know, whatever. So because this is getting very full and I don't really want to fill this more, so this could be another minifigure one. Yeah, I mean, I have, so the thing is, like, I have room. I do have some room, and it's just a matter of how to do it, because getting these really, really helped. Like, getting these allowed me to store so many more parts. So I just need to kind of do it. So I emptied this case. I have this case empty. This was all of my printed parts. I emptied that. This was a bin that I got from a haul. This guy gave me his, when I bought his collection from him, he had this really nice case, and so I kept it. And this is going to be my Technic case. So I'm going to slide over the Technic parts into here. See, I'm laying a lot of the groundwork for some of this stuff, but what the problem I'm having is it kind of feels like it's gliding between things. I just need to kind of keep working on it. But I'm jumping a lot between things, and that's causing some complication in my brain. And then under here, this last case is sort of random elements that I don't really know where to put in categories. Ideally, these don't live in a case under here. Ideally, these live up here in this. And I think that will work when I start to pull more parts from here and load onto the Bricklink store. Because there's a lot of like city type stuff and helmets and just different things, like all these guns and assorted swords, like those can all go on the store. Some of these animals can go on the store. These flashlights, horns, all this kind of stuff can really go up in the Bricklink store. And when it does, I think I'm gonna move this stuff from here to those cases, and then from this case, all the usable stuff will go back into here. And then maybe I can get these minifigures into the drawers here. Lastly, this bin, I used to have this bin for my old pirate sets that I still needed to complete. Those are now in a bin back there, and now I'm using this bin under here for this. So these are all printed sticker parts that were in one of these, and these are all parts that still need to get uploaded into the Bricklink store. Yeah, not some of this. Like there's some these flags I need to go through, like these pirate ones, these old things. I'm gonna hold on to those, and like that old Dragon Knights one. I'm gonna hold on to that stuff, but I need to just go through all of this and upload it. And so a lot of this is going to go into that drawer. And in the drawers in there. And honestly, probably into some of these cases. So these are, once this is done, I think I'll probably have a better idea of where everything else can go. So I probably should focus on this, because these are things I know that need to happen, and I have space in this case, that drawer, and in the back. And I have enough for all of this. So I think I just need to kind of hunker down, finish this, empty this, and then work on doing the rest of the Technic. Yes, that is the plan. That is the plan. I know that this is a bit of an unorthodox style of video, but, and it was a little, stream of consciousness, but I think it's probably pretty relatable, because it really is. I think a lot of you can relate to this, because the whole system of the Lego hobby and what I've learned from it is that it is a system of processes. When I do this, then I can do this. When this happens, then I can do this. Especially when you're working in a limited space. Like, I can't just buy another Alex drawer right now. I don't have room for that. I can't just buy another Acromills drawer system. I have no place to put it. So I have to, it's a constant shifting of things, which is fine. That's just the way it is. But it's a constant shifting of things, and I need to work my brain through that. And it's been helpful to talk it out loud, even in this video. And I was like, well, I don't have to make a video about this. This might not be interesting, but actually, I think this video hopefully is more important than I thought it might be, because, again, hopefully this is relatable, and this is all something that maybe you can reflect on with your own stuff and your own system and your own organization. And it doesn't even need to be Lego. It could be anything, really. But it's just helpful. It's just helpful to talk out this stuff. And hopefully maybe some of you have some ideas for me as well. But I think I have a pretty good plan. And honestly, like, for real, I did not have a plan before I started this video. So that feels good. I mean, I knew what I needed to do, but I kind of didn't have a really great grip on what needed to happen first. I was jumping. Like I said before, I was jumping between this and between that. And I think if I just go, no, I focus on this, start there, everything else just sit to the side, that will help to clear up. It'll start to move the clouds onto what is the next step that needs to happen. Yeah. Okay, I feel good. Everybody, I hope you got something out of this video. Thank you for coming along with me on this journey. I feel a lot better at the end of this video than I did at the start. So I appreciate you being my sounding board here. And I hope that some of this was helpful to you as well. I don't know. I don't know. Again, I'm documenting this journey. We're going on it together. And I think that talking through this stuff or listening to other people talk through it, because these are videos that I would watch, honestly. These are videos I would watch because, again, I think they are relatable in terms of, man, I feel you. I understand what you're going through. I know what that's like. You know what? It makes me think of my stuff and how I could change it. And so hopefully it's helpful to you. But everybody, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. But until then, remember, keep on building. Jim out.